When you go through the drive-thru, you'll be given a specimen bag like this, and you'll actually do the testing yourself. You'll take a swab out, run it through each nostril a couple times. Birmingham Mayor Randall Woodfin claims the city ordered N95 masks, but the supply company says the invoices tell a different story. The investigation into this plane crash just beginning, and it could be quite some time before we learn more as to the cause. In order for the federal government to issue a unionization election, at least 30% of employees have to say they want a union. Does this news give you hope that we could be returning to normal? Hansville Fire and Rescue recently purchased a portable speed bump, forcing drivers to slow down and move over when first responders are near. The goal of deploying the National Guard is to get vaccines in the arms of people that may not have access or the same options bigger cities offer. As vaccine eligibility is expanded in Alabama, this gives restaurant workers an added barrier of protection in the fight against COVID-19. It's not just businesses in downtown Homewood that are dealing with power problems, it's residents as well. Savage's Bakery is co-owned by a father and daughter, and now 7-year-old Liza is behind the counter. I spoke with her on the impact each cup of lemonade sold has on her week ahead. Liza Scott starts her day by prepping the product.
And then we mix it.
And at Liza's lemonade stand, she offers more than just a cold drink to quench your thirst.
Got cookies, decorating stuff, candy canes.
Running your own business can be tough in a pandemic, but for little Liza, it's life or death.
She has 3 cerebral malformations. One is what they call a schizencephaly, so it's a cleft in the frontal lobe on the right side of her brain that they believe is causing most of the seizures.
Elizabeth Scott says her daughter started having seizures less than a month ago.
Our world has been turned upside down very quickly.
In 1 week, the two will fly out to Boston Children's Hospital for the first of a series of brain surgeries.
I can't handle it. So I hope I make it, and my mom keeps saying I'm going to, but I feel like I'm not.
Liza's mom says she's still processing this reality and leaning on her faith to get her through it.
You know, in the moments when I feel like I can't breathe or awake in the night and I can't sleep, I pray. I'm on my hands and knees, literally praying.
All of the money from Liza's lemonade stand will help cover medical costs. The Homewood community wasted no time in showing their support. While we were shooting interviews, a customer read Liza's story and immediately pulled out his wallet.
Thank you. $100.
She's very sweet. I can tell it. I want to help.
Scott has gotten additional insurance to help cover the medical bills, but with travel and hotel costs, this surgery is already upwards of $10,000 out of pocket.
And as a single mom, I'm the financial supporter of both my children, so this is not something you can budget for.
When life hands you lemons.
She makes amazing lemonade.
Liza's closing up shop now, but she'll be back first thing tomorrow morning and next week before she heads to Boston for her surgery. In Homewood, I'm Malique Rankin, CBS 42 News, local coverage you can count on. This is some of the worst of the tornado's damage, and I spoke with the family that was in this home when that tornado hit, and now they're mourning the loss of 14-year-old Elliot Arizaga Hernandez.
No, he's with me, with my mom, with my dad. He's holding on to us. We're holding on to him actually, and I know that he's helping us.
Christopher Arizaga, Elliot's brother, says his family is heartbroken. Their father, Oscar, is recovering from a broken arm in the ICU. They tell me it's Elliot that's helping them through.
I love you, Elliot, and I know that you'll always be in my heart. Thank you for still being with me and my heart and my family. Just give us strength to keep moving forward.
Just down the road was another family hit hard, the Hernandezes.
We didn't have time for anything. The alarms went off and we woke up the kids.
After the tornado passed, Eloisa Hernandez's husband, Arnaldo, was trapped in their home with their 5-year-old daughter.
There was a tree in my way that wouldn't let me get through. The only thing I could do was scream for my neighbors. I could hear myself screaming at the top of my lungs, but nobody heard me.
I just know I was trapped under the tree, but after that, I don't remember.
Eloisa says neighbors finally came to help. Then surgeons were brought in and his leg was amputated on site.
To protect my younger daughter, he used his body to cover her.
I hurt a lot.
Eloisa has not left her husband's side, and she says his surgeries have went well. Both of these families have a long road of recovery ahead of them. For the Hernandezes, they don't have health insurance, and they're worried about the medical bills already piling up. You can find links to their donation pages on CBS42.com. Live in Fultondale, I'm Malique Rankin, CBS 42 News, local coverage you can count on. The veterans that received their COVID-19 vaccines today are the only living prisoners of war in the Birmingham area, and they did this to show others there's nothing to be afraid of. These men know firsthand freedom isn't free.
There's a hell on earth, I was there.
Newton Duke is a Korean War veteran and was a prisoner of war for 27 months.
And not bad times like wartime. Wartime is it's just unexplainable.
He says the Birmingham VA reached out to him Monday, offering him the COVID-19 vaccine.
Got to have somebody's first. Might well be me.
When he got it, he said he barely felt the shot, similar to receiving a flu vaccine.
Come on, let's get this thing going. Get over this stuff so we can start back with our lives.
The VA says after the sacrifice these men gave, they deserve to be first in line.
That after everything that they have given our country, that when a vaccine came out, that they were one of the first people that were vaccinated.
From the front lines of war to the front lines of medical history.
I think it'll go well. Yeah. I wouldn't take it if I didn't.
I'm looking forward to the next one so I can get out. Well, I don't have to eat my wife's cooking.
Oh yeah, I hope everybody will, so we can get this country back on the road where we used to be.
All of those veterans were in pretty good spirits today. Now tomorrow, the VA will begin vaccinating roughly 700 hospital staff. Then after that, they'll open it up to veterans that also want to get their shot. Live in downtown Birmingham, I'm Malique Rankin, CBS 42 News, local coverage you can count on.